Hello, beautiful and sweet Cancer. Welcome to your tarot reading for the next few weeks. So let's see what the cards have in store for you, Cancer. At the center of your reading here, you have this pulling back your energies and recouping. Maybe your energy reserves or your healing, or you need to just shut out the world and sort your mind out and stay to yourself for a while. And when I pulled the cards, Cancer, I heard burnout, recouping strength, and being on guard. But also, more so, I just didn't want to read the cards. I wanted to reshuffle and just do another draw. Like, I had so much resistance reading your cards. It's like I wanted a redo. And it's as if you're in a sticky situation the next week's Cancer. If this is you, don't worry. You're probably in it right now, perhaps, since this has already come to pass. This is your past. And you're in this energy now of the Four of Swords. So whenever this reading reaches you, it's meant for you. So just take this reading timeless and trust that you see it when you need to hear this message from the universe. So you might feel like you want something undone and that you're learning a very painful lesson. As in a way, I think a lot of you don't feel at home where you are. If it's at your work or in your family or whatever situation it is, it's that sense of not feeling at home or the feeling of not being able to be yourself. Like, yeah, you might not feel like you can be yourself in whatever situation this is. And you know, the only swords you have here, Cancer, are the ones that you keep to yourself. You have the Four of Swords. It's pulling, even the card pulled back from me, like it jumps out of my hand. It's that sense of pulling back your energy, not wanting to interact, pulling back your thoughts, keeping your minds and your opinions to yourself. That's the energy you have. And you have the Seven of Swords, which is deceptive energy. It's definitely hiding thoughts, hiding ideas, and hiding opinions. So there's this sense that you're hiding how you feel, or you're hiding your personality or your options. Opinions in this setting. There's just this sense of being watched or observed. And I have this sense that, like, I have to be on my best behavior or put my best foot forward, or that something is relying on somebody's opinion of me. That's very specific, so that might not be for all of you, but it's definitely for some of you. And you see here in the past, Cancer, you're flipped upside down. And your wand is stripped away from you here in the Queen of Wands. So it's like if you see your driving force here, this is all that's left of your wand. It's burnt out. It's like you're going on a cord with something and there's nothing left of this. That wand, which is your life energy, your passion, your joy for life, your excitement, your enthusiasm, is like burnt to a stub almost. And yeah, this might also be a career, but as the contrast, I can't help but seeing this Emperor energy here, which has this golden wand. It's an Ankh, which is the symbol of ruling over life and death. It's made of gold, so it's indestructible. It can be put on fire. It can be laying out in all sorts of weather conditions, and it will not be affected. So if you see what you have to work with here, this burnt out little stub of a piece of wood, and then you see the situation that you're in that has this golden Ankh, it's as if the odds are very uneven and you're up against something where you don't have either the right tools or the right terminology, the words or the criteria or something. Like, it just feels like you're so helpless against whatever situation this is. It's as if you have to bend the knee. There's a sense of, yeah, you have to do it. And I feel like you're annoyed or you're aggravated maybe insulted, humiliated, there's a sense, but nonetheless, you have to go along with whatever this situation is here. I also pick up on this. It's weird. There's like this domino effect coming in, but there's also this sense that the left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing and people are not synchronized. It feels for some of you that there are a lot of people involved, or at least 2 or 3 people involved, and they are not on the same page because something is poorly organized, or they're just clumsy or not good at what they're doing, perhaps, or there's a lack of communication. But it's like all these elements that are supposed to be cogwheels in one operating machinery, they have their focus in every different direction, and there's just this sense of something not going smooth, but something being clumsy and a little bit disorganized and chaotic, whatever this energy is. And I think you, Cancer, try to create some balance and order in this chaos. You're trying to get control over it in some sense. There's this sense of you playing the long game, like you're yielding now, you're bending the knee, but you have your eyes on something in the long run. And if this isn't for you, you'll notice now if this doesn't resonate. And if Cancer is your sun sign, maybe it's your moon sign that resonates this month, or your rising or Venus. You'll see, you'll notice this was very specific, so it might not resonate. And it's a general reading, so just take what resonates. Also, energy goes in every direction, so this might be your person situation. So you'll figure it out. And here you have the general energy with the sad embrace. And when I look at this, Cancer, I feel very small. I feel insignificant. I feel alone. I feel powerless and helpless. And this card, it's about that sense of experiencing a loss at a time. I think somebody might have disappointed you greatly, and your loss is who you thought they were. They're not turning out to be the person you thought they were, or the person they portrayed themselves as, or you might have had a dream that you have to let go of, or something is not turning out the way you always dreamt or expected. There's just this sense of loss of an idea, loss of a concept or a dream. And there's just grief and sadness that comes along with this. And Spirit is telling you, Cancer, that you have to allow yourself to grieve the things that will never come to happen for you. The things that you longed for and yearned for in this situation or whatever it is. And let those tears be like that healing rain that washes over you. And with the tears, you have that release of stuck energies, so you can let this go, because the sooner you can let it go, the sooner Spirit can give you new energies and fresh energies and good things that you deserve, good things that you actually dream of. But letting go is very hard, especially for a Cancer. We all know that. You and your little claws, you can hold on like mofo, like you can hold on like nobody. So letting go for you is difficult, Cancer, especially if this is pertaining to your home situation or your family life, because you are the nurture. You are carrying your home and your house on your back, Cancer. So this might be a very difficult situation for you. If this is in your work area or career, that might also feel like a home or a situation where you, suddenly you just feel you can't be like yourself. You don't feel at home. You feel like a stranger suddenly. When I look at this card in the center, the Four of Swords, Cancer, I see that for some of you, you want to chop off these poison ivies. I just see you want to take those sticks and chop off the ivies, but you don't have a sword, so you can't do that. And these ivies, I think it's something that would get back at the situation or put something straight perhaps, or say something that you have kept yourself perhaps, but you don't have the tools to do that. And this isn't a sword. I know it is, but when I look at it, it's not a sword, it's something else. And I just feel frustrated because it's like I don't have the tools I need. I don't, like, either the timing is off or you just lack something to put you in power or to enable you to correctly defend yourself in whatever situation this is. And there's this sense when I look at this. Let's just start at the past. I'm getting ahead of myself. But here in the past, you have the Queen of Swords. No, the Queen of Wands in reverse. So it's as if you're being stripped of your power. You might have been overthrown from your position. It's as if you're going to being royalty and then suddenly now you're a peasant. You see that? And the way I feel this is the same dress, but it's like, it's not clean, it's a little bit rugged, it's just not the same lavish luxury state as it was in when you were on your throne. There's just this sense of walk of shame. And yeah, I think many of you might feel humiliated in some form or that something is beneath you. There's this sense of spite and holding your head high and this like, fine, I'll do it. But just because you have to, there's no other way out. But at the same time, when I look at this moon card, which is you, Cancer, you're in your power here and that's what's driving you. It's as if you have your eye on the long run. Like you just need to get to a certain point and then you can start opening doors for yourself. You can start unlocking doors for yourself. But as for now, it's like you just do what has to be done because right now there are no other options. So yeah, this might be pertaining to your health or your career or friend group or relationship or what have you. It can be anything. Only you would know that. Yeah, so I feel this sense of anger and spite, but also power. It's a very weird energy because it's yielding and bending the knee, but still being so powerful. It's this sense when Leos play with their kids. If you've seen, when Leos play with their kids, they will pretend to be very weak and they will let the Leo cub overthrow them and win in a fight. But it's, of course, it's all pretend. There's this sense of that you are containing your strength and you have that long game in mind. But as for now, you're playing along to the rules of whatever is happening right here. And it's very beautiful, Cancer, because in your focus, you see that you have happy times, you have good memories, you have old friends, family life, or your fantasy, your imagination, and all of those good things that you have in life, or all the good things you've accomplished till now, or how you envision something to be after this has passed. You're just being very resilient right now, at the same time as the moon is also a very emotional card. There are a lot of emotions here, but they're not up at the surface. So it's like you're managing this balance. Or if you have these down periods where you're very sad or upset, you're still managing to get on top here. It's very impressive, Cancer. So, yeah, this is also about seeing through deceit, seeing through something that other people might not want you to see. So maybe that's where you get this strength from, that you see something for what it is. It's knowing when to fold up, and it's It's being strategic to, I feel that you are like, yeah, I lose this battle, but I won't lose the war. There is still so much fight in you, even though you're bending the knee right now. And it's about being wise because you have wisdom. You might have experienced something like this before, or a person like this before, because yeah, this can be somebody very manipulative, somebody that thrives from conflict. This might be a very horrible person that is just making your life miserable and creating all of these intrigues. In your immediate future, Cancer, we see here you have the Emperor. And when I look at these cards, it feels as if you are being observed and assessed. Or it might be your kids or your employees that are being observed. It's like there is something that is your responsibility that is under scrutiny by an authority. If it's not that, this might be a person. It might be an Aries, because this is the Aries sign. And someone with a lot of discipline and say-so authority. Somebody very masculine, perhaps. And this is a father figure or a leader. This might be your own father. Yeah, so this might be a person coming in here in the near future. In your hopes and fears here, you have the Six of Pentacles. So I think you hope to settle some karmic debt, hope to close off a chapter, upcycle, and start something new. Maybe this is something that keeps repeating and you're getting sick of it. And if you have applied for something like a scholarship or an internship, something like that, along those lines, your hope is to get a yes for that application and to be accepted within whatever it is that you're wishing for. And maybe you have to be observed or scrutinized or analyzed before this can come to pass or come into your experience. There's also a sense that this Emperor energy is observing you, and it's as if it's important for you to lead with your best foot, and that they have to conceptualize you as somebody nurturing or somebody good or somebody fun, playful, or positive, something like that. It's a difficult energy to pinpoint, but it's as if it's important that they conceptualize you as those positive things, because that's what's going to make this Six of Pentacles energy come into your experience. And while you're being in this state where this person is observing you, it might feel hostile, but there are just good intentions coming from this card. But it feels for many of you that this card is, or this Emperor energy is ushered into your life, and it might feel threatening, and it's ushered in by this Seven of Swords energy. So this might be somebody, this might be this person that is very conflict loving and manipulative, that have sent this in, like put somebody on your back to make your life difficult just because they can, because they're not a good person. And this is your environment. So there's this sense of illusion around you as well, and deceitful energy, which is not good to have in your environment, obviously. I hear not my circus, not my monkeys, but unfortunately this time it is your circus and it is your monkeys. So you're stuck in this, whatever chaos this is. Coming in for you these weeks, that might sum up these energies, is there's a sense of this energy block that you can't move on with your life, or you can't progress something because this has to take effect first. This is hindering you. This is like a detour. You have to go through this passage to get to the other side for some reason, whatever this is. This might also be a risk of making a bad decision. So maybe you're afraid of whatever outcome is going to come from this Emperor energy, and that they will make a wrong decision or something that's bad for you. In your outcome, Cancer, you have death. And I love to see that, because these energies are dreadful. They are horrible. And here you come with this upcycling of energies, cleansing these horrible stagnant energies that are making you uncomfortable, that are doing so you cannot feel like you can be yourself, you cannot be who you truly are, you cannot follow your heart, you cannot speak up your mind the way you want to. This is just coming in to cleanse all of that. And I see this horse wading through this water, this toxic waste, and just cleansing it and purifying it. So your emotions will be purified as well. There's just this upcycling and trashing whatever this is. Let's look at your advice here. So at the advice, you have the Strength and 10 of Pentacles. I feel that Spirit's advice for you, Cancer, is to seek support in community, family, or group that has your back. There's this sense of security, and for you to go from being a Leo to being a Labrador. Isn't that what it is? Is it a Labrador? Whatever, you know this. This little dog that is so much less than a Leo, so much more vulnerable, and it's a sense of just playing and relaxing and being with family or being in a community, having that sense of belonging to recoup your energies and to ventilate and to get that emotional support. So that is your advice, if that can be done. And it can be an online forum as well. You know, it doesn't have to be an actual place. And beware, what you should beware of is to miss the silver lining, Cancer, and to be caught up in your emotions, which is something that you have a propensity towards, Cancer, because you're so sensitive and emotional. So it's trying to not be pessimistic and get caught up in all of the negative things, because thoughts become things and self-fulfilling prophecies. If you look at this card, you see these cups are spilled, yes, but there is actually a little casket of gold there. And if you look here, this little, I don't know what you call it, but there is gold outside of that as well. So there are a lot of good things there. So I think you have to beware of your thoughts and be mindful so that you don't end up, painting the devil on the wall, so to speak. But I think you're taking this with flying colors, because these cards are the opposites. You are not doing that. You're doing this. You see that, Cancer? It's like this whole reading shows so much restraint and control and containing your emotions and being in it for the long run, and for that long game. You're really in your power in this reading, even though it sucks and you might not be feeling too well. You're coming out on top, I'm sure of it. Please give Cancer some advice. Believe in the impossible, Cancer. So don't believe in this, but keep your mind on this with your daydreams, with your imagination and your fantasy. Please give Cancer some more advice. A win-win outcome is forecast. I love to see that. And your hard work is paying off, Cancer. So there you have it. I love that ending. That was super. So I can't wait to read for you next time and see how this all works out, Cancer.